Hey Siri, play some 1950s music.
You don't have service, you idiot.
Man, AI is getting really advanced, huh?
All right, what do we have here, guys? Another old gun. It's looking like I might actually be becoming a collector of these old guns, but let's take a look at this one today, and then we're gonna shoot it, then we're gonna take it hunting, so stay tuned. This is a 22 caliber Benjamin model 312. This particular gun was made in the late 1950s, and surprisingly, it still pumps and holds air just fine, and the stock is in really great condition. My grandpa actually came across this at an estate sale, and he called me and asked if I was interested, and I instantly replied, I'll take it. It's perfect. I really do like this thing. First impressions, I really like the sights on it. They're pretty precise and easy to adjust. Secondly, this thing is light as a feather compared to my other Benjamins and my Sheridans. Man, this thing, it almost weighs half what they weigh. Very light and handy. It's almost like a carbine version of my other ones. Extremely light and crisp trigger. Pumps really well. I think I'm already falling in love with this thing. All right, let's go up to the range and go take some shots with it. It's 22 caliber. There's a 22 caliber pellet. Safety's kind of weird on this, but eight pumps, that's the maximum amount of pumps they recommended in these. That's a fresh box of clay pigeons here. Let's take a shot here of one on the ground and make sure it's sighted in. Shooting just a hair high, but that's actually what I like at this close of a range. It'll be dead on out there about 25 probably. Man, one thing that really impresses me with all these old guns I've been testing out is just how well they function. There's not really anything close in today's airgun world, maybe the Seneca Dragonfly MK2, but it doesn't look near as good as these old classic guns here. I really think that these were just made in one of the greatest eras of America for manufacturing. And I do have a small fortune of antique air guns now on the way, and I really can't see a world where they ever go down in value. They should continue to go up for just about forever. All right, I've got a clay pigeon thrower here, but I'm gonna throw this one up in the air by hand here, and we'll see if we can hit it. First try. Man. All right, let's put one in this clay thrower here and see if I can hit one at a high velocity. No promises, because this is gonna be a challenge, that's for sure. All right, safety's off. Whoa, okay. That's not the direction I wanted it to go. All right, attempt number 2. Oh, I missed it by that much. I could see that pellet flying. Velocity on this thing is probably around 600 to 700 feet per second on that 8 pumps. Nothing crazy, but enough to get the job done. Let's see if we can get it this time. Oh, that was even closer. By like this much, and just a hair left of that thing. All right, let's see if the third time's the charm. Man, this thing's really smooth, the pump too. Getting closer and closer each shot. If that was a bird, we would be hitting it. All right, I am not stopping till I hit this thing because the accuracy I'm seeing with this is beyond any other pellet gun I've ever shot before. And that says a lot because I've shot a lot of pellet guns. We've got a massive thunderhead rolling in behind us here, so I gotta get this done quick. Oh, one more try. I say one more try because I know I'm gonna hit it on this try. Called it. Oh my goodness, this thing is incredible. What a gun, what a gun. This thing's probably been shot more times today than it has since like the 1960s, I would guess, but I really do like this thing. New favorite gun? Possibly, but I did just win an auction that was pretty extravagant, and I have a gun on the way for the next video that, let's just say it's my dream gun. That's all I'm just gonna leave it right there, so subscribe so you don't miss it. All right, we are absolutely dialed in with this thing. What'd that take? Maybe 5, maybe 6 times to hit that clay pigeon out of the air? There's not very many guns in the world that could do that. Let's talk foot-pounds of energy, which is the most important thing when you're talking about a hunting air gun. Velocity really doesn't matter because you can get a high velocity with a light pellet. What matters is the weight of the pellet plus the velocity. When you calculate that in, it gives you the foot-pounds of energy, which really tells you what kind of game you can go up to. I think this thing's around 14 or 15 foot-pounds of energy, which should be good for up to fox and raccoon. It's absolutely perfect for birds, rabbits, squirrels, and it really just makes you feel like a kid again, out playing with a pellet gun. I can already tell you this one is here to stay in my collection. I won't be parting with this one pretty much no matter what the value of them goes up to. Oh, check out that cloud rolling in behind me there. That's coming right for me. So as soon as that storm passes, we're gonna head out hunting and go see what we can get with this thing, but stay tuned. It's gonna be a good one. Today's lunch, 2 sweet potatoes. Let's make some jerky to get us through the next couple days here. Got some thin cuts of meat. I always get asked what my main staple is out here, what keeps me going, but it's definitely this jerky here. I season it with just salt, a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of black pepper. All right, I got all our meat seasoned here. Now to the dehydrator. I actually prefer it to be more like air-dried meat than jerky, so I kind of run the temperature low. I put it on like maybe 115 degrees for like 12 to 15 hours. It really gives it the consistency I like. I've actually got some that's already done in here right now. And this is what it's gonna come out looking like. Just a big old slab of meat here. And whenever I go out on my hikes, my hunts, or my fishing trips, I just throw a few of these in my pack. I mean, 2 of these is a pretty good lunch. That's a chunk of nutrition right there that'll definitely get you through some hard times. All right, let's go hunting. Let's go see what she can do. I don't think this thing's gonna let me down. I'm actually pretty shocked at how accurate and how good this thing shoots. It is extremely lightweight. Set out for a walk in the pasture and go see what we can find. We're gonna have to get some traps set soon because the deer are starting to drop their babies, and I'm seeing a lot of signs of coyotes, and that's definitely not good for the deer population. And you might be wondering, what am I after today? Well, I'm after just about any kind of small game that's in season. It's definitely in danger. There's bobwhite quail whistling all around me right now. Which is actually probably my favorite meat next to squirrel. It's just behind squirrel. I'll definitely pick squirrel over bobwhite, but it's close. I'm just scanning the brush here looking for movement. Maybe we can come across a rattlesnake or a jackrabbit. Man, This is the greenest I've ever seen this land. We got more rain on the way. We've been in a pretty incredible drought since I bought this place, but the monsoon season has came. The animals are pretty happy about all the rain we've been getting too. Head over to one of my pop-up blinds the feeder's about to throw, and we'll see what comes in. There's a cottontail right there. Could I have shot him? Definitely. We're gonna keep looking. That would have been too easy, I think. Hopefully there's no rattlesnakes in here. Alright. Got my camera set up. We'll see if anything will come into here. Oh, we should have a good chance at seeing something. Got a water trough right out there, so that should definitely help. And as I'm sitting here, I'm getting pictures on the other side of the ranch. There's all kinds of animals. I think we went the wrong direction. All right. I hate sitting here and waiting, so let's start slowly working our way back to the cabin and see if we can come across something. Oh, mosquitoes were attacking me in here. That is a really big rain cloud over in Mexico. It definitely looks like it's coming this way. Oh, there's some deer right here. I'm gonna zoom in on them. They're about to start dropping babies any day now. All right, guys, I see lightning in the distance. The rain is about to hit, but we'll try again tomorrow afternoon. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot this to unload it. The work around here is just never ending. Got my birch crawler e-bike here. Before that cloud hits, I'm gonna go try to put some feed in some feeders. Seems like I spend most of my days just trying to keep these animals fed out here, but it's part of it. It's getting spooky out here. Those pregnant deer, man, they're gonna bankrupt me with all this feed. I cannot imagine having to feed a pregnant wife. That would really bankrupt me. All right, I got my gun loaded back up. I can hear some dove outside. Let's go see if we can get a shot. Got my birch growler all charged up from the solar panels that power the cabin outside. This is the first time I've had to charge this thing since I got it, and I've driven it every single day for the last couple months. Got some pellets in my pocket. I can actually see the dove at the feeder right now. Oh, they just flew. Oh, they're coming right at me. Okay, well, I took a shot at him flying just for the heck of it. I didn't even get close. We're just gonna sit here and see if any of those ringneck dove will come land around me here. Dove just landed right here, 15 yards from me. Unfortunately, it's a mourning dove, and you cannot take mourning dove in this state with an air rifle, and they're out of season. Wind is really picking up. All right, I guess we're about to go for another walk with this thing, and we'll see what we can find. And you might be wondering, why aren't you wearing camouflage? You're going hunting. Well, honestly, I think camouflage is, for the most part, bull crap. Very rarely will you see me in camouflage. Maybe on a serious hunt, on a deer hunt or something like that, but just for this kind of stuff, I definitely do not wear camouflage. I think that'd be a little overkill. Well, I went for the gusto on that one. I was just leaving the cabin here and came across some collared dove down there by the pond in the tree, and I just took probably an 80-yard shot, and I missed. All right, the hunt continues. Well, that buzzard just flew out of these bushes here, and I have caught a whiff of a foul smell. Let's take a look here and see what's in them. It's always a weary feeling out here on the border when you smell something dead. I see a leg right there. Well, there appears to be a dead white-tailed deer right here. That's not good. This region's prone to being plagued by anthrax. I've heard stories of anthrax breakouts maybe 10 years ago that just completely exterminated the whitetail population, but let's hope that's not what did this to that deer there. Still trying to find someone brave enough and skinny enough to go down into my cave here. I'm one of those things, and brave is not it. It looks like it might get tight in there before it gets bigger. I was hoping this might be a decent place for us to come across a rattlesnake. This area is pretty rocky, and there's a bunch of little cuts like that where snakes could get in. Oh, there's a rabbit right there. I'm gonna go ahead and take the shot on him. It looked like a good hit. I went for a heart-lung shot. Let's go see if we can find some blood. All right, he was right here when I shot. Haha, that one did it. Yes. Got it loaded back up just in case. Let's go see what we got. Oh, I'm basically crawling into a snake den here. The old 1950s pellet gun. Man, it works just as good today as it did back then. I actually think this thing is better than pretty much all the pellet guns produced today, honestly. That first shot would have done it, but I went ahead and gave him one more just to be safe here. And man, I am so proud of this little guy here. This is really why I love pellet guns, because it turns just a simple little rabbit hunt into feeling like you're on a safari. Man, it never gets old. A lot of guys will tell you you can't eat rabbits in the summer, but I'm not saying it's safe. I mean, I do it, but I just make sure I wear gloves and cook the meat real good. But that's my dinner right there, guys. Probably gonna continue on the trend with these old pellet guns for a few videos here, and then we're on to the next thing. But don't forget to click that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next one.